decided to do a refreshing with the shower tonight because I'm going straight to bed as soon as I get off this stream. But guys, what's going on? One more time. For the last time in 2020, this is DaClubOfDaMan1993. I am here live for my 2020 channel end of the year review. Just to wrap up the year, come up here one last time, talk about the year, both with the channel and personally for myself. Looking forward to 2021 as always. Unfortunately, this year I did not do the Q&A. I didn't have time to really think about it or set it up. So, unfortunately, no Q&A this year. It's been a crazy last month and a half to end the year, may I say. I mean, it's been a crazy year as well. 2020 is a year that I still believe was a big lesson to be taught. It really emphasized never taking life for granted. Anything for granted. Because you never know when it could be gone. I didn't think, a year ago, one, I'd be having my channel back. Two, I'd be, spending most of my time in 2020 at home, not being able to eat at my favorite restaurants, not being able to, go to big gatherings. Small gatherings I still will be able to go to, but big gatherings, no. Or the fact that just a lot of other things that happened this year didn't think would be happening. So, it's a wild ride. We'll, of course, first talk about the channel itself. So, obviously, this was a comeback year, as I called it, as I had lost my channel in July of 2019 due to a community guidelines strike I got against one of my Wolfenstein videos. And it ended up, again, being just something I said in the video. Again, I sincerely apologize. I'm not going to try to fight it. I didn't never mean for any of my videos to come across as, just hurtful or in any ways. But, obviously I never intend to do anything rude on this channel. But as I always keep saying, guys, I'm sorry. And all I did was apologize, and that's how I got my channel back in February. Which made me really happy. Because because even last year when I was just streaming through Periscope until I was going to somehow fight and get my channel back, even when I was streaming through Periscope, I was really just not having fun. I was not enjoying it. And recently with, the content we've had this year in wrestling, which of course is what my channel has been mainly focused on, is wrestling content, of course, it was hard to do some quality videos. Especially, I'm working a job right now that's already on a skeleton crew, and we can't bring people back because we have to be spaced out, because of, social distancing and whatnot. So obviously, I've been really exhausted, really worn out, really burned out, and fallen asleep during most of my wrestling shows anymore. And I felt bad because, I feel like at times I've come up here and not put on some good content. But at the same time, I like to remain consistent. Which is why, of course, when my channel first came back at the end of February, I went through everything. I literally went back and did every single turn alert. I reviewed every pay-per-view that I missed. Uploaded any match cards that I made while I was gone. And I did one big giant review of everything that happened for each of the individual weekly wrestling shows, the 4 shows that I now do review. Well, 5 including NXT UK, but that one's here and there, which I didn't get to catch up at NXT UK yet, but I will try to get that one caught for the beginning of the year. But I went through all of them and somehow got caught right back up with this channel again. And I thought it was great. Of course, another good thing about, when I came back to YouTube was the fact that we have OBS, of course. Well, we've always had OBS, but I never took the time to really look into it. Again, I only did because around the time when my channel first went down, back in July of 2019, YouTube was discontinuing streaming through Google Hangouts. And I've enjoyed using OBS ever since because obviously I do more, these fancy graphics and so much more fancier stuff that I can do, especially trying to take more of my professional video tools and put them into my streams, which I just incredibly enjoy doing for sure. Bringing in more again of myself and what I'm able to do as a media artist into my videos, which has definitely been a pleasure to do. Now, of course, I haven't been able to do as many because, I work 40 hours a week and, here and there other video gigs. It has been tougher for me, especially with how grueling work has been since, probably around, beginning to middle of November. And even off and on throughout the fall, I just haven't had time to do, my top 10 streams and some of those other fun stuff that I've wanted to do that I'm trying to bring back. Again, I'm trying, guys, but it's just, I just have a lot of other things going on in my life right now. But even though I made that video a week or two ago where I thought some things may have to change in 2021, that was during a time where I was going through a really horrible, holiday rush. Things were really brutal at work, and I was just feeling very burned out. Yes, do I feel, as energetic? I talk about, raw as I do every week? No, and whatnot. I got it, but I'm feeling that energy again. I don't know if it's because I finally had time to play my Harry Potter game again, try to continue on that Let's Play, because I didn't realize, but I've been working on that or the Phoenix Let's Play for 5 months. 5 months, yeah. I know it's a longer game with a bunch of more tedious little parts, but I didn't think it would take me 5 months. I'm still nowhere close to finishing it. But the fact that I got to detach myself from wrestling and have time for other things just felt good. And that might help me, get the energy again to do these, these more solid streams, not just, these recaps. Well, I just might have to do, especially, with New Year's and my plans for New Year's, as well. But anyway, so I came back, got everything caught up. Most of the year, again, it was just mainly Raw, SmackDown, AEW, NXT reviews, NXT UK as well. An occasional, random topic video. Video game Let's Plays, I've been mainly sticking, of course, with the Harry Potters, because before my channel went away, I was just starting Prisoner of Azkaban. When we came back, I finished Prisoner of Azkaban, and did Goblet of Fire. Now, of course, I'm working on Order of the Phoenix, and I'm looking to continue to hopefully finish all of them in 2021, as I want to do so. And I don't know when I'll ever bring back Wolfenstein mods. I'd like to play Wolfenstein again, but again, like I said, with me, obviously just getting my channel back, and something that I had said in one of my videos, my Wolfenstein videos, that caused this whole mess to start up with, I thought it was best to just back off and take a break from Wolfenstein mods for a while. But of course, there's other things I keep saying I want to continue doing on this channel, guys. I want to do some movie reviews. I want to, do reviews on Harry Potter's, some the WWE documentaries, sitcoms. Also, I've been wanting, or any other TV series that I watch. Want to do reviews on those for something different. My custom baseball players, again, I haven't thrown those out the window. I'm actually almost done getting them all retired. So maybe some 2021 I can bring some of those videos back as well and do those. As far as just regular baseball content, for MLB, it was just hard for me to get into baseball this year, guys. Again, I know I've always said I fell in love with baseball first before wrestling, but my passion for baseball is playing it, playing any games, is there. Watching it has really died off. I don't know if we'll ever get more baseball content on here. I try to, but as far as stuff about the MLB and whatnot, it's really dying off on my end. But maybe in 2021, who knows what I'll get in there. And again, there's nothing much to really talk about, since especially for about the Pirates, since again the Pirates suck, and they just got rid of Josh Bell, of course, as well. What's up, Mark? He says, "Do you hear Vince is not in good health?" I did not hear about that. That's not too good. Oh boy, but yeah, that's some stuff. Of course, I hope to do now. January, though, obviously, Royal Rumble match card's going to happen sometime next week. Obviously, I do this traditionally as well. I'll do my Royal Rumble match recap and review from 2020 from both Rumble matches to keep that series up to date as well. I didn't get to do any end of the year, specials or awards videos. I'm going to do those in 2021 in January as well. I also want to do a video on NXT and how 2020 was probably the worst year for NXT. Talk about stuff about that, other things. Again, if I get the video game Let's Plays a little more consistent, again, I'd like to finish Order of the Phoenix and then take a brief break because I'm practicing again, the last 3 video games, well, for Half-Blood Prince and both Deathly Hallows. And I'd like to finish getting my baseball players all retired and whatnot, and then start, maybe getting back into those as well. But that's going to be, sparingly throughout. That's not going to be like me sticking with just that for a while, because you know how long and tedious those take. And of course, like I said, I'd like to try to do some movie reviews. Review some sitcoms or other TV shows I enjoy watching. I definitely would love to do reviews like that on this channel. Just get some different stuff on here. Because again, yes, I love talking about wrestling. Well, when it's good, but obviously, again, I like other things. And the whole point of this channel was always to be just my world. Come up here, share what I love to do, and much other things. So again, I just want to be able to incorporate more in just wrestling. And, yes, I keep saying, I life's a lot different for me now. Obviously between, when my channel was gone and when I came back, I'm working full-time now during the week on top of my other video work. I have other things I'm trying to focus on in life as well. So, as I continue to say, guys, I am just still looking to, do what I can to make this channel fun and interesting and bring some other content as well besides wrestling. And I hope to, definitely try starting up again in 2021. But overall, I gotta say, for the channel itself, bringing it back, for comeback, it was good. I have 1,390 subscribers now, I believe it is, which of course I always thank you guys very much. So, definitely hoping to have a lot more, of course, someday as well. Some videos didn't get as much views as I had hoped for. But I did have some, Raw or SmackDown reviews that got a lot more than I used to get when I first started doing live reviews and whatnot, which is pretty cool. Same with, my pay-per-view reviews. Match cards weren't a big hit this year. Those are usually the ones that get the bulk of my views on. I was a little disappointed with those. I always try to get them done, ahead of time. That way I can, get more views. Unfortunately, they weren't big hits. A little disappointed, but, it is what it is. I still enjoy doing them, and I want to continue to do those, of course, as well. But yeah, I mean, I know I probably didn't do as much as I would normally do. Basically, basically live reviews and like a video game Let's Play. But I think we did a pretty good job. Well, I did a good job getting caught up, improving the channel with the graphics and whatnot and everything. And as soon as I came back, you guys were right back here waiting for me and just screaming with open arms. And I couldn't thank you guys enough for that. And of course, to also just recap 2020 itself for me. So obviously, I dealt with 2020 the way everybody else did. It was not a year we all prepared for. Especially once this pandemic began back in March. March and April were really rough months for me, guys. At the beginning of March, my uncle took a terrible turn for the worse. He had been battling pancreatic cancer for about a year and a half. He was doing really good. I mean, his tumor was always inoperable, but he was doing really good. And like a month before he took a turn for the worse, doctors said he was beating the odds. But then, just like that, he took a turn for the worse, and his tumor metastasized. And don't want to get too gory detailed or anything like that. But basically, at the beginning of March, he took a turn for the worse, went to the hospital, and it was because the cancer had just went nuts. And unfortunately, my uncle only lived a month later, even though they only gave him a few days. He ended up living a whole month, and he passed away at the beginning of April. It was also tough because in middle of March, I had been temporarily laid off at my full-time job because of, what was going pandemic and whatnot. I was very fortunate to get it back at the beginning of May, and been part of a very skeleton crew, keeping operations going at where I work at. It's been a very, challenging, opportunity, but one I'm very grateful to have, still be working, save up the money. And then, I wasn't really able to travel much this year at all, but, I've been able to still, make time with friends who want to, get together in person or in video chat. I mean, it's hard. I wasn't able to celebrate my birthday or celebrate the holidays the way I normally would. And, a guy like me who's a huge family person and enjoys spending time with my loved ones and such, it was hard. Especially, again, this being, my first holidays, my first birthday without my uncle. And, of course, my cat also got unexpectedly, at the last, very quickly, had to get put down back in April also. It just shows, as I said with the Brody Lee video recently, that this is a year shows that there's just not a lot you can prepare for in life. There's things that like this that you're just not going to prepare for. Did you really think a year later we were going to be sitting here, wearing masks and, can't do things you want to do right now because we got to get things under control again. It's tough. But I personally think for me, this has really helped me think a little more outside the box about things. It's helped me, I think, grow a little more positive as a person. And, because for the past several years when I've done these reviews, I've mentioned how I, have been hungry to grow more independently. I feel like I was stuck in the same spot. Last year in 2019, though, when I got that full-time job that I've been working for since last September, I thought I'm finally taking some steps. But of course, I got laid off in March for 6 weeks, and I'm like, crap, I'm right back to square one again. But again, I got the opportunity to come back, even though it was before some other people I felt that were more deserving of me. But I am fortunate to have had the opportunity. And I feel like I've been able to. I feel like 2020, despite all the setbacks, despite the pandemic, very limiting us, I feel like, personally for me, I finally started to spread my wings a little bit more. I've actually been looking into apartments. I mean, I was in October, but then once the holidays came around, I got very busy, so I put it off, and I'm going to start back up again next week as well at the beginning of the year. So I'm in a good place where I can finally afford to live on my own. I am, I have been dipping my toe into other things more independent, like, cooking and just become more stronger with, stuff with taxes and, things that, again, for someone like me who takes a little bit longer to grasp onto things like that, there was more things this year I felt I was starting to grasp onto. Like, those things that I kept saying for a while just, was not in reach. I think, this year, I'm finally starting to grasp onto things that I've been wanting to grasp onto for a while. And it's helped me grow a little more positive and, have a little more faith in myself than I had been the past couple years. Because, y'all remember, end of 2017, I was down in the dumps. I had just, been a girl that I had been dating for a long time had just broken up with me, and, I wasn't sure where that was going. I was just starting to think that, I have to, I have to start doing something different with my career and whatnot. It was just I felt like that was the year I always said was a year that I felt like, I had the biggest opportunity to really break through. And then I did all that good work at the end of the year. It felt like I was just starting right back over again from scratch. That's how it felt. And that's why I worried I was going again back in March whenever I got laid off. But then, I had the chance to come back, like I said. And I feel like, I've been given more opportunities, more things thrown at me. And it's been challenging. But at the same time, it's helped me, I think, finally grasp onto some things that I've been hungry to grab onto since the end of 2017. Like I said, I'm in very good shape financially right now. I'm finally seeing some apartment opportunities for me. I'm hopefully going to be buying my own car soon. And I just feel like I'm just in a much stronger stage than I was 3 years ago. And it's weird that it all happened during the pandemic. And another thing too as well. I met a girl a couple months ago. We've been talking for a few months, and we've been going out we've been officially going out for a couple weeks. And how many people I felt pushed me away for me being me really hurt. But this girl I met, again, she's everything I've been wanting to see for a while. And with all that being said, the girl, the job, I'm grasping onto all things independently. I feel like even though 2020 was a sucky year for all of us, I lost some people along the way. I, didn't succeed with some things I had hoped for. I feel like this is the year personally I started to grasp onto things I've been wanting to grasp onto since I got out of college. And right now, I'm thinking by spring I could have really locked in some of those things. And it's got my gears grinding more. It's helped me become more strongly independent, as I said. And it's things I'm excited about for 2021. Well, hopefully getting rid of this whole pandemic crap. Hopefully that'll be resolved during 2021. I'm praying it is. And we'll be able to go back to normal, be able to go, watch Raw. Because that first Raw that was in the empty arena, I was supposed to go to that Raw. I had tickets to go to that show. And the last minute, it got canceled. Which was very disappointing. And a lot of chat, Elite Squad says 2020 was the worst year. Everyone should be grateful that you're still alive after this train wreck of a year. Exactly. Even though, again, a lot of things have sucked in 2020, just still be grateful for the fact that there were still positives came out of this year. And, personally for me, and a lot of other people around me have had some good things happen too. My sister got engaged. My cousin and his wife had their first child. Other people had a ton of other things happen to them this year that were great. 2020, we may have been limited, but there were still a lot of good things that happened. And I just listed a lot of them for myself as well. Again, I feel like, I'm grasping on to more things. I am becoming a lot more positive than I was a couple years ago. And, just the inspirational things we're hearing from other people, like wrestlers and other people who would talk about, how to get through this year, it's like, take those in. Take them in, take them into consideration, because you never know what it can make you think of. And, I'm hoping that next year, since I say I've grasped onto things more this year, I'm hoping next year this time, I'll be sitting here doing the same exact thing, another successful year with the channel, and personally for me as well, in a nice apartment. Hopefully things blossom more with the girl I just started seeing. And hopefully I'll be able to bring you much more content to this channel as well. Guys, that's basically going to do it for this end of the year channel review. Just sharing some things personally. Like I said, January I am, and yes, as Mark says, please let WWE actually be good in 2021. We're all crossing our fingers that's going to happen. We're all crossing them. I'm hoping it is. But we'll see. We got to get fans back. And I'm sure once we get fans back, NXT will be better again. SmackDown, I think, has something going. Raw is running dead in the water. But we'll see. And like I said, other things that come as well on this channel that I would like to do as well. So now that work's finally slowing down again, my plan for January again is to try to do as many of the first off, try to focus some more time on the Harry Potter Let's Play. But I also want to do some of like the end of the year, more end of the year, like top 10s and whatnot, and talk about the best and the worst in wrestling, and other things I want to do in January, get those caught with. But we will get there, guys, and that's going to do it. So like I said, also plan for the rest of this week again. Obviously, I did AEW review tonight. I will try maybe to do NXT tomorrow, but it will be very, very late tomorrow. I'm only working a half day tomorrow, and as soon as I get off work, I'm traveling down to Virginia for a couple days to visit my sister, and I'll be back Sunday, of course. But of course, while I'm down there, maybe I'll try to squeeze in an NXT and a SmackDown review. But then when I get back on Monday, I will be coming up here and trying to just, rope some things in here and just really get this channel really rocking and rolling since the holiday rush has come to an end and it's not wearing me out as much. So guys, as always, thank you for your support. Thank you for being loyal subscribers, being great friends, and I'm glad I had the opportunity to get this channel back this year and to be able to come back and just do what I love to do and just dress it up a lot more with these graphics and whatnot. And again, guys, 2020 may have been rough, but we didn't quit. We got here. We're still where we are, and 2021 is going to be better. I can promise you that. So guys, that's going to do it for this review. Again, Happy New Year. I will talk to you guys in 2021. Have a great night. All the acquaintance be forgot. I will see you guys all in the new year, most likely in Virginia, and it'll be my NXT review. Have a great night, guys. I'll see you all later. Love you all. You're the best. Thank you guys for being part of my 2020 and making it, the positives as well. And I'll see you guys all in 2021. Peace out, everybody.